Name's Eric Hood. I'm the product application specialist for motor graders for North America, working with the dealers and the customers in the US and Canada. So behind me, I wanted to introduce you to the 140 NextGen lever machine. So this is a brand new machine that's out there, and we're focused on operator comfort, safety, lower owning and operating costs, and technology. So from a operator standpoint, it's got an all new cab environment out there. So new seats, more comfortable seats, new controls, new shifter, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, as well as a touchscreen system or touchscreen display, allowing you to see good accessibility or good information on the machine, cross slope, whatever the case may be that you have on that. Other things we've done is we've added a 9th gear. We now have 9 gears with finish gear. What that does for an operator is allows them to be able to shift into that finish gear, and if they're working around a cul-de-sac, obstacles, manhole covers, whatever the case may be, now suddenly the machine's slower, so they're not having to use that inching pedal as often, making it easier for them to maneuver around and be able to do the work that they need to do. Also with these machines, you have choices of controls. With this 140, this just happens to be a lever machine, but if you prefer joysticks, we have that 140 joystick. And the real reason, or the way you can tell the difference, is the levers have a square cab and obviously a steering wheel and multiple levers. If you have a joystick, it's an angled cab with the 2 joysticks that we've had out there. So whether you choose the lever or joystick, it's like your operator can shake hands with an old friend, they get in and they can run. It's what they're comfortable with. All right, so when it comes to safety on these machines, we've added LED. If you choose to take a light package, it's all LED now. You know, that's much brighter, lights up the work environment, whether you're on a job site or out on a county road, depending upon what you're looking at. And then you can build up from there, but they are all gonna all be LED. They use less power, and they typically don't burn out as often as the halogen lights. Other things for safety is we do have different camera options available. So on the 140, there is going to be a rear camera standard. It's a high definition camera in the main machine display. But if you are looking and you want more visibility around that machine, you have rear camera with front cameras. So we actually have 2 cameras in the front and 1 in the rear. If you would like to have some more visibility up front. We also have, and this machine is equipped with 360 camera. We actually have that rear camera, and then we have 2 cameras, right and left, on the top side of the cab, and then we have another camera on the front of the cab, giving you visibility, but it gives you true 360 capability all the way around that machine. The other thing with that is, because there's 4 cameras, you can go in and select your camera view. Say, hey, I only am working in an environment and I want to see what's going on the left side of that machine. You can go in and just look at the left side camera, and that will show you, hey, what's going on that left side as you're making passes, or if you want the rear, or whatever the case may be. And then one level up from that is also is the 360 camera with people detect. That gives you the ability with a smart camera on the back of the machine. If there are people in that area, it puts a box around them, and then also gives you an audible alarm if you choose to turn that on, so you know where those customers are or those people are behind. And it also, as they get closer to the machine, the audible alarm will show up, or the colors around them will change, so that it gives you a visual and audible that, hey, you're getting closer to those people that are sitting behind you. The other thing that I forgot in the cab is we also have good visibility. So every cab has, on the left and right side, a pillar in the front, a B pillar that the door is attached to, and then typically that C pillar is in the back corner. But with this new design cab, we actually moved the C pillar behind the operator, so you have a piece of glass and the back piece of glass with a little glue seam. So as you're making forward and reverse passes, looking out that back corner of those cabs, unparalleled visibility, making it easier for operators. Owning and operating costs. So what we've done is we moved a lot of filters up, making them easily accessible for people. We've moved key components where they're needed for technicians if they ever need to do it. We've also extended service intervals. So if you'd like to, you can go out to 1,000 hours on a couple of these key services with SOS fluid sampling that checks the health of the oil, but you can actually drive down your costs on your owning and operating through these extended service intervals. As well as we're using new cartridge style filters, so you're just replacing the inners of a lot of these filters. rather than throwing away the whole canister and things like that. Let's move on to the technology side. So now we have different levels of technology. So we still have no technology if you want just a get it done simple grader without the technology. If you want to have, but we still have that little bubble gauge in the cab, in the window. But if you want a digital readout of that, we do have a digital blade slope meter that gives you a single sensor that reads the blade slope that allows you to have it on the display rather than in the window. Or if you are unsure about the technology but may want a future state where you add technology, you can get attachment ready option. It gives you all the plug and play wiring harness and things like that to add technology at a later date. We also have improved our cross slope system from cross slope to cross slope assist. We went from 3 sensors to 6 sensors. Now with those 6 sensors, the machine knows where the ends of the moldboard are, where the cutting edge is, and now you're able to keep more accuracy as you center shift that drawbar, circle, and moldboard with using that 2D cross slope assist system. And then of course, in 2020, we started with the joystick machines, but on this next generation lever machine, as you can see behind me, we actually have a fully integrated CAT grade 3D massless machine. So we now give you that capability that we've only had in a joystick on your lever machine. So you choose what you want. It still has your antennas and receivers on the front frame and the rear of the cab, and then all that sensors and everything you have on the drawbar, circle, and moldboard to tell the machine where the cutting edge is, where the ends of the moldboard are, but now you're using satellite to know where you are. So the advantage to that is no longer mass on the moldboard, and your operator goes out, they do slope work, they do high bank work, they cut ditches, they do things, and they're focused on their task at hand. And then when they need to turn that technology on and they have the design file, they turn that technology on and it's still available. So you're thinking beyond just finished grade work when it comes to applications with these motor graders.